In this video, I want to just talk about how to navigate the Laulima site. So I'm already presuming here that you know how to use Laulima. If that's not the case, then you'll need to watch a different video, or you can set up a Zoom with me and I'll kind of help you with some of that introductory stuff. But basically, once you logged into Laulima, you'll see our site. I've tried to keep it somewhat clean. I'm not going to go to view as a student because then it changes what I can all show you. So I guess at this point you're seeing my stuff. Now, the first link you would go to when you're starting this course is you would go to this introduction syllabus and introductory videos site. Now, these videos are all going to be updated as well as the syllabus. All of this is from the fall. I haven't updated it yet. But this would be your kind of go-to place where you would both watch this video, you would see the introduction, you'd read the syllabus, you'd hear me talking about the syllabus. If you're ever in trouble and you have a question about things, this would be your tab to go to where most of your answers are going to be. I don't take any offense. It doesn't bother me if you email me to also ask questions. I'm not going to just say go read the syllabus. It's just not my style. It's not the way I do things. But if you're a kind of person who feels self-conscious about that and you don't want to reach out to me until you absolutely have to, I mean, that's your thing. And then this would be where you want to spend most of your time. Now, after you've gone through that introductory stuff, then the tabs you're going to use the most often in this class are these two: weekly tasks and MH Campus. Let's talk about weekly tasks first. So in weekly tasks, what you'll see is that, as I did with the syllabus, I tried to organize things where we cover material for 2 weeks and then there's a deadline. And then on the 5th week, the 10th week, and the 15th week, you'll notice it's just 1 week, and that's because it's just the exam. So it kind of gives you time to kind of focus, review everything, and then take the exam. Get a little bit of a breather then before you go into the next 4 weeks of material split up by 2 weeks. Now, if you have, not one to spend much time on talking about this, but if you've taken this class, if you're taking this class because you heard from your friend who took this class that things were super easy because you had a month of deadlines, well, this is the semester where I'm changing things. Largely because students actually, for the most part, didn't like having that much freedom to have an entire month before things were due. So now things are going to be due every 2 weeks. If you're unhappy about that, I'm sorry. But I think actually the student evaluations in this case were accurate, that we needed to have a little bit more frequent check-ins and that everyone benefits by knowing more quickly if they're doing something incorrect. So, for instance, here we are going to be starting week 1 and 2. And so when you start that week, what you'll notice here is you've got a checklist, which you can conveniently mark things off as you do them. What you'll notice here is that I also put in parentheses whether it's required or optional. If it is optional, it is truly optional. I'm not going to go digging in and seeing if you're doing practice questions. I'd have no way to even see if you're watching the lectures or reading things. I mean, everyone learns differently. But like many things in life, the amount of time you invest into this course is probably going to be reflected in the grade you get in this course. So that's what the optional things do, right? The optional things allow you to scale how much time you invest in this class. And it's not because you're lazy or anything like that, right? It could just be you've got other things and you've got other classes, you're working, you're taking care of your little brother, I don't know, and quite frankly, it's none of my business. All that I do for you here is I list the required things. And then as you scroll further down, you'll see the lecture slides and you will see the lecture that I made. You can also, if you click, you can watch it in this little window, but if you click here, you should be able to pop it out as a, it'll pop out as a new tab. And I haven't gotten this far yet, but basically week by week, 2 weeks by 2 weeks, you'd be able to kind of check things off for those of you who like doing that kind of thing, and you'd be able to know that you're on top of things. Okay, now the other tab you're going to be using, and so that just kind of takes you through all the weeks here, right? So it just follows that same kind of process. Week 3 and 4, same kind of setup. Now, the other tab you're going to be using quite a bit is this MH Campus. So MH Campus is the publisher's website. It's where the homeworks will be. It's where the quizzes will be. It's where the exams will be. It'll be where you read the textbook. Now, if you've used a McGraw-Hill product before in one of your classes, you would use that same login. This is an IDAP class, meaning that you do not need to pay for anything separately. It's already been billed to your student account. So the first time you click this, you click MH Campus. You can see I'm already logged in, so I don't have to worry about anything. But the first time you do it, you'll need to either log in with your existing McGraw-Hill login and password, or you'll need to create one. And you'll want to use your hawaii.edu your hawaii.edu email address as your login. After that first time you do it, it should come up with this, where you'll then hit connect right here. And so now what you'll see here, and this one I will change to student view. You'll see that I put the textbook reading right here. Again, I'm not grading it. I'm not looking at whether you did it or not. It's just there. Then you've got your practice questions. Again, not graded. I'm not looking at whether you did it. It's just there. Is it useful to do that? Yes. Is it useful to read this? Yes. But am I going to ensure that you did that? No. Then you've got your graded assignment. This you obviously have to do. It is a homework. It's indicated by homework. So you need to do it. Then you've got your chapter 2, reading, practice assignment, graded homework. And I follow that same order each and every time. Then you've got your quiz. So here, I'll need to adjust this. I'll need to move this one up here. But I've got a sample quiz here first, where you can just test out the proctoring settings, and then you've got your quiz itself. Okay, so this should be hopefully pretty standard. You shouldn't see too many weird things. Okay, let's go back here. Sorry, I'm just going to move this here just to fix this one here. Okay, so McGraw-Hill, that will be where you kind of watch for things here. And then it'll also do a pretty good job of reminding you when certain things are due. You'll see here that this is on the instructor view, it does kind of show when things are due. But if you also follow in Laulima that checklist, you're not going to forget to do things. Okay. You've obviously got our gradebook here, things that you do in McGraw-Hill and MH Campus. I will transfer things over. This weekly engagement tab, oh gosh, if I could tell you a story about that. I don't know. It's required by UH that we have this tab. And I'm not one usually to critique UH policies. I'm generally a pretty good employee, but this is pretty dumb. and they make it so that you can't even get rid of it. So it's only going to be here the first week. The first week is what's called participation verification, which all classes have to do. We will do it too. And you'll need to do this on just the first week. You just introduce yourself. That's all you're doing here. It then ensures that you are not dropped from the class. If you do not do it, you will be dropped from the class, and it's a big pain in the ass. So you just need to introduce yourself. You do something to be verified as participating. If you don't do it, you will be dropped from the class. It'll only show up this first week. Do not do week 2 through week 15. Once we get through participation verification, I am going to make this invisible. It's going to disappear. It is the only time you have to do it is week 1. Because it's just please summarize what you learned during the 3rd week of class. Like, dude, isn't that what exams are for? Isn't that what quizzes are for? Isn't that what homeworks are for? Isn't that summarizing what you learned or did not learn? Why should you have to write about it as well? At least that's my opinion. Okay. That's it for how to navigate Laulima. Play around. You're not going to break anything. If you can't find something, let me know. And I'm going to make a series of other videos to talk about other aspects of what you need to know.